Leave me alone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we've got a very special video. My buddy Matt Downs has recently finished one of his newest John boat builds, and we're gonna be taking a look at it today. He's backing it up so we can get it all nice and pretty here in front of the water. And we're gonna do a full walkthrough and a little water test too.
What's going on, SB Fishing TV? Nice to be back on the channel. Those of y'all that don't know who I am, my name is Matt Downs. I own a company called Trick 10s. I can build you anything out of metal, but I've really been focusing on tricking out these John boats. I'm trying to make an elite fleet of John boats, especially in my local area. So if you're interested, hit me up. Plus you can follow along everything I'm doing. All the build content is on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/trick10s. I'm going to show you something that I've just finished this project. We're going to jump right into it and give you a little walkthrough.
Where we starting, Matty?
I guess we'll start up front and just work our way back.
Let's do it.
All right, so up here in the front on the bow of this boat, he's got a Minn Kota Edge. It's only a 12-volt trolling motor, but it's pretty light. And this is only a 14-foot boat. We've got a dual graph bridge from Trick 10s. This is a prototype version that I made. It worked out perfectly, and that way he can upgrade at a later date and add some newer electronics if he needs to. And it sits right over the recessed foot pedal tray. It gives him plenty of room to stand on either side while maneuvering the boat. All right, so the front deck in this boat is about 6 feet long, and it got plenty of room for you to walk around and fish, and it's got a lot of storage in it too. I'm going to show you these compartments we got in here. We'll start with the first one. This is just a big storage compartment. This compartment is very wide. It goes the full length of the floor, and it's 16 inches from front to back inside. It also gives you access to the original storage that was in the front deck, so you can put your life jackets or whatever you might need to in that area. Our second hatch is the live well. It's actually a 25-gallon live well. It comes equipped with LED lights, the flow light system, and it's a full size of about 22 gallons. It's a perfect size to keep your fish alive while you're fishing a tournament all day long. It gets us into our last hatch on the front deck, which is also my favorite. This is the electrical panel hatch. This one's long and skinny, but it turned out perfect because the way it's set up, it's got the switch panel, it's got the fuse block, and right in front of that, it has a cigarette lighter USB charger for your electronics. All right, so I did something that I normally do on a lot of my builds, but I made these a little bit larger than normal. But I put these side panels in here, and they have removable pans inside of them. They're actually very deep. They're about 8 inches deep, and you can house a lot of tackle and storage inside of here. And obviously we have a mirror image on the opposite side. Something else I was playing around with this build, this tracker comes with the Versatrack system. So I wanted to incorporate that into some of the options I put into the boat. So I did build a bracket for the rear fish finder, and I also have some cup holders. You can move them around wherever you see fit. All right, so that brings us into the back deck. It's set up very similar to most of my builds. We've got 2 large compartments in the original existing back bench. That houses our batteries. And of course, all of the compartments come equipped with white LED lights. There's a lot of storage inside of these back benches. Because this is a 20-inch transom, it gives you a lot more height on your deck. Now, our rear hatch is very large. I wanted to make it large enough where you get a good sized gas tank in and out of here. This thing is actually 14 by 48-inch drop-in hatch. It's got a gas tank in here right now, bilge pump, and of course LED lights. Also did something a little different on this build. I wanted to incorporate one of these inline fuel filters. So there's a fuel filter that actually drops in through the deck. This gives you a little bit more added protection for your engine. All of the hatches in this boat come equipped with the dry hatch track and the drain tubes. They all have hoses on them that run down to the bottom of the boat, where it keeps all your gear dry. All right, so I had to put the motor on a jack plate. I just needed to get it out of the way so that I could have room to build inside of the hull. So I set this thing on a custom jack plate that I built. It actually offsets from the transom 6 inches, and it gives you a 3.5-inch rise. And it actually works out perfect for this outboard. I've already had this thing running, and it runs about 25 miles per hour, which I was pretty impressed with in this 14-foot tracker. All right, so this boat is a 2007 1448 Tracker Grizzly. Some of the pros and cons of this boat. Obviously, it is a welded hull, which is a great asset in my opinion. It's a narrower nose, which makes it faster, but it also makes it a little rocky when you're standing up on the front deck. I was very impressed with the speeds of this boat, but like I said, I'm a tall guy, so it's a little rocky up there when I'm fishing. But all in all, I would definitely recommend a welded hull, no matter what John boat you go with. On this particular boat, the customer wanted blue LEDs, so I put the blue LEDs on the outside, and on the interior, I ran with the amber. I really like the amber on the inside of the boat because it keeps down on the bugs at night.
So you said this thing does 25.
Yeah, you can drive it around if you want.
I'm too scared. That's too fast.
You want 80 miles an hour? You ready?
Yeah.
So in closing, I just wanted to say that this boat turned out really dope, and I've got a bunch more stuff down the pipeline, some cool stuff, so check me out. I'm also gonna be doing some quick how-to videos on simple stuff. I hate watching 20-minute videos on stuff that you could tell someone how to do in about 2 minutes, so that's also something I'm gonna be looking into. And I really just wanted to say thank you to Matt Streichel for meeting me out here today. I know he's a busy man, and I'm proud of the dude. He's killing it. He's got a new rig. He's got this stuff going on with Angler's Choice, and I really am happy for him. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
All right, a couple of things in closing that I realized when I was editing that we didn't really fully touch on. The max speed that we got with both Matt and I in the boat was 22.5, and that was going up current. The current was actually ripping out on the chick pretty good, so I thought that was extremely impressive. When Matt was backing the truck down, I had to go out and run that thing around real quick, just up into the current and back down, and I hit 24, but I think that it had a little bit more in it. I just didn't have enough runway. It just goes to show how light the build is and how fast that hull is. So if any of you are interested in what motor that is, it's a 07 Yamaha 2-stroke. They stopped making them in 2009, but you can still get them on the European market. They're called a Yamaha Enduro 99. But that little thing rips. I was very impressed. I was very impressed with the overall build. It looks awesome. If any of you were wondering, I figured I would share the price with you. It was $5 grand to build out that entire boat. That's all the hatches, the decking, the turf, installing everything on it, all the lights, all of the paint, decals, the custom graph bridges thrown in there as well, and the foot pedal tray, and there's probably other things that I'm missing, but $5 grand total for that, from nothing to what you guys saw. Very impressed as always. Matt's work is one of a kind. It's very good. I mean, I'm still running the Neptune very hard, and it's holding up extremely well. One last thing I just wanted to touch on really quickly was to say how happy I am that both sides of my boat sponsorships are like super supportive, not only of me, but like of each other, and everybody's playing nice and everyone's super happy. So I'm very stoked on that. I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, it's amazing having the Ranger. It's amazing having the King Neptune. Couldn't ask for anything else. Now we're going to wrap this up. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to click all the links down in the description below. Go check Matt out. If you have any questions for him, hit him up on Facebook. If you have any interest in checking out some of his videos, I've got his YouTube linked there, and I'll also leave his Instagram. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit that subscribe button for me. We'll see you on the next one.